Hi and welcome back. I'm going to show you how to replace the line on these single line trimmer heads on some grass trimmers. What I've got here today is an Echo GT2103 grass trimmer. A lot of the Echo trimmers have a head with a single line only. So this is the head on this one. It's only got one hole for one line. These are some of the easier heads to replace the line on, I find. You might find it easier if you have your trimmer set down like this, with the head pointing up like that. Now on this trimmer here, you have to move the head till you get the little click button here. Push it in, then the top's going to come off. Then the spool's going to come out, and there's a spring underneath. You can leave the spring there. Now when you take the spool out, this is the part that faces up. You're going to notice on the spool it tells you which way to wind the line, and there's an arrow. So I know that I have to wind the line this way. If you look inside, there's a little catch for the string to go on. Now because we have to wind the line this way, clockwise, I'm going to insert the line in the hole here like this. You want it in far enough so that when you're using the trimmer it doesn't come off on you. And make sure you're winding it in the proper direction. And then wind it in rows if you can. The better the rows are, the less chances are your line's going to get tangled as you're using up the line in the trimmer head. It's a bit difficult to do that, but just do your best. I'm using a fairly thick line here, so it's a bit stiffer to put in. Now that you've got the line wound in your spool, you're ready to put it back on. Remember that the side with the groove goes where the spring is. The writing goes on the top. So now insert the line through the eyelet first, and then insert the spool over the spring. Pull the string out a bit like that. The last parts to put on are the cover and the bump knob. On this trimmer, the two legs on the cover go near the eyelet. Once you've got it in place over here, just snap the cover back on and you're done. So technically you wouldn't want it longer than that. If it is longer, it's going to cut itself on the cutter here. Let's say you only had this much line out and you wanted more line out, what you would do is push the knob and pull and repeat the process, and this will extend the line out of the head for you. If it's a bit longer than required, what might happen is when you start up the trimmer, it might bog down a bit until it cuts itself on the cutter over here. So this is the cutter here that will cut the line automatically when you start it up, or you can snip it with some side cutters and measure it accordingly, and you know you're ready to go. Your head might slightly differ, but just follow the same principle. Find the arrow inside the head and then spool your line accordingly and just put it back together, and it's that simple. In some of my next videos I'm going to show you how to install the line on trimmers with two eyelets. So come back and we'll see you then.